All right, so just in here.
Yeah, right there.
All right. And you just want me to unpack? Yeah. All right. What's going on, OPTCG? Thanks for having me. It's Andy with the Birdcage Brigade, and here are the essentials I take to locals. GQ, please don't take this down. I think it all starts with the backpack. So I got this at Target, I believe. Target is starting to tear, so if you could send me another one, please. This is a outdoor products backpack. Has an insane amount of storage, pockets, you name it. There's like 1, let's see, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8 real pockets, and then 2 drink pockets. This backpack is insane. I've had it since like college, and it serves a great purpose. So yes, I travel with this. I also have another one from TCG Syndicate that they sent out to me. This one's more of a quick, like, go to locals real quick. I don't really want to film anything. I just want to test some stuff out, or kind of like a quick go bag. It fits about like 2 playmats, one that is sealed and then one that you could just kind of shove in there. And it has 2 pockets. One of them I put kind of like my phone or like some dice or something. And the other one fits a chunky boy deck box. They are from TCG Syndicate, and you can get these products at the link down below. But yeah, I believe that your backpack definitely is important. You know, you want to be comfortable, you want to have enough space for all of the things that you need to bring to your locals. So it all starts with the backpack. Now, what do we fill in the backpack? That's the important part, right? So moving on to the playmat. You need to have something something nice, something big enough to kind of have your board. I love having all of these different zones, so that way I can place everything. It makes everything very organized and, you know, less scatterbrained, just like how it's supposed to be. I'm super sad about Bandai's ruling, but it is what it is. Soon you'll see one that just says TCG Syndicate or Birdcage Brigade, but I do love these mats made by TCG Syndicate. Again, that's where I get all my stuff. Their quality in printing is superb. Their stitching is amazing. And man, these manga panels for this, like, King of the Pirates one specifically is super, super cool. And just in case, I have made it a habit now to bring a second mat to locals. So this is one of my old Birdcage Battle Stream ones. You've probably seen these if you've watched the Battle Stream. But yeah, if you're gonna be using a mat, hey, you're gonna be rocking the Birdcage Battle Stream. You know what, I think I'm just gonna leave this here for the rest of the video. But the mat is just one part of it, because you need your deck. Your deck if you're going to be playing at a locals, right? So I usually bring about like 2 or 3 decks with me. I believe both of these deck boxes actually have 2 decks in them themselves. Again, also on TCG Syndicate. This is the chunky boy. This is my favorite one, because what I like to do is I have Jinbei on one side and I have Nami on the other, and I'll put Jinbei in the front. And if I bring this to locals and some people are sweaty, I'll just be like, hey man, I'm just playing Jinbei. So in case people are sweaty, we just turn it around, and we, instead of taking the Jinbei deck out, get the Nami out, and then put the Dawn on there, and they're like, oh yeah, what happened to Jinbei? Well, you decided to play a meta deck, good sir. Of course, never do that at a regional, just to go and poke some fun with the boys. That's the only exception. I like to bring my lab deck. This deck box was given to me by TCG Syndicate with the brand on there. Again, TCG Syndicate, thank you so much for that. But this one, I like to have the RG Luffy in the front, and then we put the RG Ace and, with the reflection, the RG Ace and Luffy in the center of it. Then I just decide on what I want to play during locals. All right, up next are some dice and a coin. I like to have one of each color, just a preference, you know, just to have a variety of different colors. They can all mean different things. Blue usually means like stun, or red, if I don't have these counters that have like minuses on them, I'll use a red one to be like, oh, this one is minus whatever. Green, usually again, rest something or stun something, because it's usually green that does that. And then the rest, you know, whatever I can use them for. But love dice, love to have extra dice on me. Yeah, dice, really cool. And then this, boom, this coin right here was given to me by Viper Sleeves. I believe all affiliates get one, and I like using it specifically for Emu. Whenever I play or use Emu's effect, I'll put it on there so that way I kind of remember that I used an effect. But coins are very important, just like dice. I usually ask the person what they want, either high roll or flip the coin, do that. So these are all the things that I suggest to bring to locals. Up next, I'm going to share some things that I like to bring personally, and I like to talk about lighting. Oh my god. All right, well, as you can see, woo, I like to have some extra light just in case. So this little guy is super bright, as you can see, and he has a little tripod. Wow. So in case I need some extra lighting, you know, we just kind of hover over. So I'll bring this lighting thing. And my mics are very important while I'm streaming. I'll usually ask my opponent if they want to use it to be on stream, or I'll just put it in the middle just to kind of get like some ASMR on the mats. Or I will probably wear like a chain or a necklace, or if I'm wearing something like this, just clip it on. And yeah, there we go. You can get them online, they're relatively cheap. I usually carry just one set, but I have like 3, I think. I'll also bring an extra phone with me. This one is a very cheap, like old phone, but I like to read the comments while I'm streaming with the phone that I'm actually using right now to make this parody video. But yeah, no, like I'll bring another phone with me, usually to keep the stream going. Never cheating, of course. I'll usually have the stream out over here so that way other people can see it. And yeah, I like having the option to have another phone on me, so that way I can interact with the chat and read the chat and all that. Moving on to these little freebies. I've started making it a habit now to kind of bring some extra cards that I don't really, you know, that are shiny, but I don't really use or I don't really care for. These are actually Japanese Pokemon cards. And if I'm vending or there are a couple of kids just around at the LGSs that I go to, I'll like fan them out and I'll be like, hey, you know, like pick one, and they usually, you know, take one, and parents love it. You know, they get to interact with a streamer, or they get to interact with someone who has all of the crazy stuff going on. And I'll do One Piece as well. The shiny cards from PRB specifically, you know, they're relatively cheap. I can get a bunch of them, fan them out, hand them to a couple kids who are interested in One Piece or in Pokemon. And this, you know, Birdcage Brigade sticker, I had a bunch of them. I gave them all out, and I think this is my only one. So I need to, definitely need to stock up on more. If you want one, if you see me, and if I have some, I'll be passing them out. Just ask for one. All right, on to the next thing. I feel like this is not talked about enough, but these are very important. Bring some snacks with you. I like bringing these kind of like kind bars, built bars. Guys, if you're watching these, please, I go through these a lot. And ask your game store if they have any like snack cards. You know, they're usually around like 10 bucks. Shout out MRT. I have gone through 4 of them so far, and they're usually good for the drinks or some snacks. Supporting your LGS doing it. They're a great way to kind of just have that camaraderie in your LGS, and also you get snacks. And you definitely need fuel in between those matches. Sometimes it's just... And up next, I like to bring some extra sleeves with me. These are some lime green Viper sleeves, and you can get yours for 15% off if you use code Birdcage at checkout on their website. These are some hardcores, some like inner sleeves. They're transparent, and I believe I have some extra Dawn, yeah, for like pre-release. There they are. Is that all of them? Yeah. And yeah, they're just clear. They're a little bit harder than like normal penny sleeves, and I like them. They're see-through, so you know, they're just for Dawn. And to me, you know, whenever I'm like at pre-release, I don't really care to be super flashy on them, so I'll just, you know, put them on there. They're really nice, they feel great. And then for the extra Viper sleeves, just in case you pull something really good, or in case for some reason if they bend or something, you got some extras. So we definitely bring them around. And yeah, last couple of things. The metas. Boom. Hey, meta record. So, oh, and it's recording. As you can see, I can see the box. I can see the playmat. I love bringing these because you can see my POV, you can see my hands, you can see my cards. Sometimes you can't see my hand whenever I'm streaming, so do the little like knuckle punch at the start of the game. Sometimes I like to listen to music while I'm playing, so I'll have them on if I'm not recording. To help focus, or I guess to distract me. I might be doing bad, I don't know. But yeah. All right, and the last thing, not this specific one. I mean, it can be. Not this specific one, though. The one that I'm using for this video is the one that I normally use. But I bring a tripod with me so that way I can put the Birdcage battle stream on. We're on every Wednesday on TikTok. Tuesdays, Thursdays, whenever I can. I usually like putting them on my stories. Hey, you know, surprise locals. Or hey, I'm playing this, we're doing Let's Take It to Locals, or we're doing some sort of challenge, or just normal locals. But a tripod is very, very important. Sometimes they don't fit in my backpack, so I'll just carry it around my neck, and that's fine too. You'll usually see me like this, with my backpack on and ready to go, with my metas on. But yeah, tripod is very important for me for how I do my streams and how I do all of the other things. Pack openings or any sort of content. Very important to have a trusty tripod. And that's it. Thank you so much, OPTCG, GQ. Got everything in my backpack. I'm ready to go to locals. I'll catch you guys later. Bye.